Peace to the gods. You're listening to Hindsight Radio.
It's time for Jessica and Tasia on Hindsight Radio.
Hey, peace everyone. Good afternoon or evening. This is the Divine Connection Show, and this is Jessica
and Tasia.
And we hope everyone's doing well. This is a different week compared to the previous weeks that we've had. Hopefully everyone is feeling better. There's still work to be done with our nation, but we still know that people are dying every day. We're at a healthy looking onward, because we're not going to be any good to anybody else if we're not healthy ourselves.
Mm-hmm.
So just wanted to have a check-in, make sure everybody's good. Hopefully you are. So not sure if everyone got to tune in to Truth Tuesday, Akeem show this past day with Dr. Daniel, the interview with her. If you have not, go back and listen to it, and listen to it again, even after you've listened to it. There's a lot of information that she gives, and it just helps us. Actually, it made me feel good that we were on the right track when it comes to trying to at least produce our own food, trying to preserve our own food, trying to be a little bit more proactive and not rely on the corporations to provide us with food.
Or the government.
Yes.
Mainly the government. She was saying pretty much with some of the regulations and some of the things that they're doing behind the scenes, we will go into a food shortage in about 6 weeks from now. So, very important that you guys go back and listen to some of our shows about planting and gardening, because that will be helpful here soon. And just making sure the resources that you have, that you take advantage of it right now. Continue to plan for what's to come or what's not to come. It's better to be prepared and just in case.
Yeah, than to not be prepared at all. And honestly, I wish I would have done it sooner. I was supposed to start a garden last year, and I didn't. So, I mean, it's not too late.
It's not too late, no.
Yeah, so, I mean, I sometimes get down when I think about what I should have done. So I was kind of beating myself up about that earlier today. Like, there's so many things I wanted to do in life. There are so many things that, I don't know, I'm coming to the realization that sometimes I'm ahead of the game. And I was giving Tasia examples of that and how people are just catching up years later. And it's like, if I would have done what I was supposed to do, or what I thought to do, not necessarily what I was supposed to do, I would have been okay, So, I don't know. I kind of beat myself up about that sometimes out of that, and just remind myself that the time is now. You can do something about it today, So that's why we're starting to do gardening, planting, do what we can. And it's interesting because, once again, I was already in the process of starting to do some type of canning. So this past week, on Saturday.
You got to start canning, too.
Right. But I was already interested in that. So when Dr. Daniels, when we heard that on Tuesday, I was, reassured. She confirmed what I was already feeling, because on Saturday, I had 3 cabbages that I was basically blessed with. I had 2 purple cabbages and 1 green one, and I decided to make sauerkraut. And so I did the whole process, and it came out to 4 jars.
Mm-hmm.
So that was, I'll get into what sauerkraut is beneficial. It's simply a need.
Mm-hmm.
It aids in your immune system and things.
So pretty much to prepare, we need to garden.
Yeah.
We need to can our food.
Yeah.
We need a distiller for our water.
Right.
Just in case the government does something to our water supply.
Right. Yep.
What else do we need to do right now?
Stock up on essentials.
Yeah, stock up on essentials.
You do need to do that because, you know, the world is going to go into panic mode again, you know. And then what she said is try to preserve your food without refrigeration. Like, what if they do something to the electricity? Who knows? The thing is, we know that they're evil. Some things, like, I thought about that in the beginning of this whole quarantine thing. Like, what if they try to, people think that some things won't happen. Oh, they can't do that. You know, we're essential. But they can, you know, and I know we need the internet. That's the only thing that I know that they want to keep us aware. They want to keep us plugged into the media and, you know, scared and fearful. So I wouldn't be surprised, but, you know, they may or may not cut off electricity. I don't know, but, you know, your means of getting information from the television or your phone, or even if they don't cut it off because it is essential in our world, what if the power goes out for some time, you know? So more so how to make your food last. That's why I got into learning how to do all kind of things. So this is where it comes in handy to recycle your jars, your pasta jars, your salsa jars, salad dressing jars, whatever jars you have, no matter how big or how. So, man, I almost forgot. I have a whole lot of peppers, chili peppers. Also made 2 different types of hot sauces, and I put those in jars. So I was honestly did not want my food to go bad. So I already knew how to make the stuff. I just, you know, sometimes we're too busy. We don't get around to trying things out. And so I just finally made it. So I made pepper sauce, hot pepper sauce. It's so good to the point I don't think I'll ever buy regular hot sauce again. Why not keep making your own? It's fairly simple. It really is. So, yeah. So I wanted to let some people know.
Oh, yeah. I'm saying, like, you making hot sauce and stuff, you could go into business with hot sauce.
That's true. If I could make a signature sauce.
Like Miles Monroe said.
Exactly. See? Yes. And try to dominate the hot sauce world.
The hot sauce world. So there's opportunity out here. Because out of something, as we said before, it could burst something.
Yeah. The start of a thing. All you have to do is start. It could burst something else.
And something else, and it could birth multiple things.
Multiple things, yes. Yep. So I was reading. I also have an herbal apothecary book. So I just happened to look up. Sometimes when I'm divinely pulled in a direction, I'll look up benefits of something. So I looked up the benefits of the cabbage, and it said that cabbage juice has been used to prevent and heal ulcers. So it was revealed when the Stanford University School of Medicine, you know, they did studies, and it revealed that when patients that have ulcers, they drink 1 quart of raw cabbage juice each day, the ulcers in their stomach healed in about 5 days. So also people who ate cabbage instead of drinking the juice, they also healed at a faster rate than people that did not eat cabbage at all. So it heals you from the inside. So, like, it also balances out your gut, and I'll explain that too. So cabbage kills bacteria. So the H. pylori is like the bacteria that causes stomach ulcers, so it kills that. And it basically heals all different types of cancers as well. So different types of cabbages. You have your red, your purple, your green, bok choy, savoy. All of those are good for you. So it's pretty inexpensive. So that's another thing. Like, if you're thinking about this drought out here that may happen, about stocking up on some cabbage, and even try to can it if you can. And when I say can it, I'm talking about sauerkraut. That's what I made over the weekend, and it's already ready. So since I made 2 jars, I decided to just start with, I'm going to give 1 jar to my mom, but start eating 1 jar and then eat off 1 jar, just a serving a day. And then I'm going to try to let the other 2 go 2 weeks because it's supposed to be good for 2 weeks. So the thing about sauerkraut, though, is better to make it yourself because the store-bought sauerkraut, they have, preservatives in them, and they're pasteurized, so they're not as good. You're better off making your own sauerkraut. And what I did was I just chopped it up finely, and then for the 3 cabbages I had, I did 2 tablespoons of pink Himalayan salt, and then I just knead it. Like, what you do is you knead it, like KNEAD, like almost like you're doing dough. You squeeze all the liquid because cabbage holds a lot of water. And squeeze it all out as much as you can. I won't say squeeze it all, but as much as you can. And it takes a while. It takes you can't be in a rush to do anything. You just take your time. You just work it until you get it as packed down and juiced as you can. And then you put it in the jars, a loose lid. They sell, jars where you can do, the air, what is it called? It's like an air filter type of lid because it releases gases. You have to have a loose jar because the liquids will flow up out of it. And just check on it, every couple of days or so. And, and there you have sauerkraut. But I'm going to read to you guys some of the benefits so that I won't leave you guys without any information, because as much as I didn't grow up eating sauerkraut, but I knew that it was very beneficial as I went into the health field. And then the health field didn't teach me this, to be honest. I'm just very interested in health. So not only is it a natural probiotic, it can improve the bacterial balance of your gut after it's been disturbed by antibiotics. So it also reduces, it helps reduce gas, bloating, constipation, diarrhea, symptoms like Crohn's disease or ulcerative colitis. It boosts your immune system. It can help you lose weight. Where is my... The only thing that could be a downside is people have heart problems and you're on a, a sodium restricted diet. That's the thing, that it can be high in sodium depending on who makes, if you buy it, it can be very salty. And if you make it yourself, you can kind of control that. I also like a little flavor. So I actually added some crushed garlic to mine, but it actually turned out pretty good. And even though I had 1 cabbage, all of it looked purple, the whole thing. But yeah, so let me see. I know that it improves digestion and boosts your immune system. It causes you to have a stronger gut lining. So it helps prevent unwanted substances from leaking into your body, causing an immune response. And the biggest thing that got me was the part about reduce stress and maintain brain health. So, they say that your mood can affect what you eat, but what you eat can affect your mood and your brain function. So, so they found that the type of bacteria present in your gut may have the ability to send messages to your brain influencing the way it functions and perceives the world. So, fermented probiotic foods like sauerkraut helps in the creation of a healthy gut flora, and it's shown to help reduce stress and maintain healthy brain function. So it's also it's been found to help improve memory and reduce symptoms of anxiety, depression, autism, OCD. So it's like a superfood. Mm-hmm. So as much as we didn't grow up eating it, I'm just like, you have a serving every day, because it's like a vitamin at this point. So if you're thinking about actual needs and stocking up on food and stocking up on what you need, go ahead and make some sauerkraut. Like, really, that's the most, and you don't need anything. You just have it in your kitchen. You go buy you a 79-cent head of cabbage and get like a half a teaspoon of some salt, knead it, and then can it, put it in a jar, and there you go. I have some more information about cabbage, but I could be all day talking about this.
So pretty much what we need in our garden is cabbage and beets.
Cabbage and beets. That's what we've covered. I got some other things on the list that are needs, but yes, cabbage and beets.
So we're gonna start with those things first.
And those are the things that people don't really like. It's so interesting that the food, of course, that it makes a lot of sense. So the foods that you don't,
beet fries that you made were good, actually.
The beet fries, that was okay. I mean, for me, it had that beet flavor, and I was just like, man, but this is good for me, so I'm just gonna eat it. Mm-hmm. You just gotta do what you gotta do, cause. Okay, testing. Can you guys hear us? In the chat, let us know if you can hear us.
We lost audio.
Okay.
We're good.
Sorry about that. Did not know. I mean, still says that I'm connected and everything. I don't know what happened there. Sorry about that, guys. Not sure where we left off, but I was just explaining a little bit about the benefits of cabbage, and I was just saying we always hear about antioxidants and that they're good for you. I don't think people really know what they are, and I just wanted to let you guys know that cabbage is packed with powerful antioxidants, including polyphenols and sulfur compounds, and the polyphenols are micronutrients that are from certain plant-based, so they have that, which is antioxidants. And antioxidants protect the body from damage caused by free radicals. Free radicals are molecules that have an odd number of electrons, making them unstable. When their levels become too high, they can damage your cells. So cabbage is especially high in vitamin C, and it's very potent. Vitamin C is a potent antioxidant that can protect against heart disease, certain cancers, and vision loss. Also, it's needed in the making of collagen. So it is needed to make collagen, and collagen is the most abundant protein in your body. You need that for your bones, your muscles, your skin, your blood vessels. It's also high in vitamin K. You need that in order for your blood to flow, because if not, you will have excessive bleeding. It's all types of things that cabbage can do. It may lower your blood pressure, lower your cholesterol levels, and it helps with it also helps with inflammation. So people with chronic inflammation, like over a long period of time, like rheumatoid arthritis, we know about heart disease, inflammatory bowel disease. So the cabbage contains different, it helps with inflammation in that aspect. So
I need for my needs for all these years.
So I bet you'll be eating sauerkraut.
Yeah.
And I was thinking about that too. A lot of people don't have the time or don't want to make things as well. And we're all guilty of that. So hey, make you some sauerkraut and sell it.
Yeah, and what I was thinking, like right now in this time, we need a community, even if it's just within our family or a close group, to have these things to trade, so we could help one another out.
Yes, exactly.
Like a community, kind of like Homestead.
Yep.
Where, okay, you make the sauerkraut, but I'll make something else.
Yeah. No, like for real, like Octavia, who was on our show previously that was educating us on gardening and things like that, she sells eggs. So, like, I'm sure she makes her own sauerkraut too, I believe. But if she's low or hasn't had time to make it, we could do a trade. Also, my friend, I sent her a picture of my process, and I didn't know she would be interested because people are just proud, But she's a nurse, so she knows about the benefits already. She said that's her reason for eating kimchi, which I haven't tried. And she said that her sister gave her a recipe for, I don't know if it was just pickled veggies. So that was what she said in the text. She told me, she said, so I'll make that and then we can trade.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah,
doesn't have just to be food either.
I was going to say that.
Some soaps or...
Yeah. My friend today, he was talking about how he stocked up on disinfectant and stuff. And he's like, because he's an early riser and he's very productive on snatching and taking care of his family. He was like, he could either charge or he could trade. But that's what we did earlier in this quarantine. I wasn't able to go out and replenish my stash. I had hand sanitizer, but he had a nice bottle size. And what I did was I gave him some herbs from my tea collection. And I'm like, this stuff is, I honestly felt like my tea was more expensive than that bottle of sanitizer, but it's like a king size bottle, so I was like, why not?
We can make our own sanitizer. I have aloe vera plant right in there.
You have aloe vera plant. I bought some what is it? Alcohol. So yeah, there's ways. It's just we gotta be more hands on.
More resourceful.
That's why I was kind of afraid of our kids. Their generation, they're not used to having any experience in hands on anything.
No.
So they're kind of like doomed if you do not
teach them. We got to educate them. We got to teach them.
So, yeah, I plan to get them in the garden.
Right now, it's like we're in survival mode right now.
Yeah.
We got to go back to the way that our grandparents.
You may have to get to trading with gold and silver, buying with gold and silver. It's really different. So, there's been a few people trying to tell us, trying to tell the world. So that's why I'm like, once again, I get down in the dumps like, oh, gosh, we should have been doing this, we should have been doing that. But, hey, I'm already doing something. Yeah. So, yeah. But speaking of what they're doing in the world, I watched a news interview. I don't know the guy's name. They were talking about the coronavirus vaccine microchip.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I heard that before.
Yeah. So there's
the whole conspiracy theory about, who is it, Bill Gates?
Oh, yeah, because I saw an article today about Bill Gates. Let me see if I can pull it up real quick. Bill Gates' wife, she said that they have to commend it, that the corona vaccine. She didn't say the chip. See, I was going to talk about the chip, but since we brought that up.
Oh, yeah, we can talk about vaccines. Yeah, we can talk about that.
Let me see. Let me read verbatim what this article says. Is it Time magazine? Melinda Gates says, Black people must be vaccinated first for COVID-19. after healthcare workers.
Why Black people?
Oh my goodness. So it says the first people that need this vaccine are the 60 million healthcare workers around the world. They deserve to get it before anybody else. Then you start tearing. So that's me, and that's me. Oh, Lord. So it says, who needs it after healthcare workers? In the U.S., that would be Black people next, quite honestly, and many other people of color. They are having disproportionate effects from COVID-19. From there, people with underlying health conditions, and then people who are older. Those are the ones who all need it first.
So they're going to do the experiment on minorities?
We also need to think about essential workers who are keeping our grocery stores open for us so we can buy food, or who are making sure that food moves through the warehouses. And I don't have the part where it says when. Yeah, that's that. And then the microchip, what he was explaining was that they'll be able to know who is vaccinated in a certain area. They make it sound like, yes, about the vaccine. Let's just say they use the coronavirus, which is not running as rampant as they anticipated or they thought that people would get sick, for the people that believed it.
Mm-hmm.
But that's all they needed, was to throw that out there for them to have a reason to make a vaccine, and so that people can be on board. Like, oh, shoot, this was all frantic, even though not many people. I know people that had that diagnosis, and we already, if you even follow Dr. Daniels, you know about diagnosing and all of that. But people that were diagnosed, some people passed away, things like that, so not many people know many people that have died from that. And, a lot of people, more people recovered than have died from COVID.
Or so they say with COVID.
So they say it was COVID. Yeah, so, it's a lot going on, so.
Yeah. And with the vaccines, what I have noticed in the media, what they're really pushing right now is, well, they want us to think that there's more and more cases that's happening right now because of the Black Lives Matter movement, and they had their so-called data of people that were infected because of people protesting, and they're saying that things are opening back up and too soon more people are getting infected, and like with the politics, what they're saying is, in order for us to go back to normal, we're going to have to get these vaccines.
Right.
So it might cause us to go back into a quarantine, but they're like, okay, that's not going to happen if we have the vaccine.
And during the first quarantine, kind of like in the middle of it, I got notice that I got warning, not from work, but that prepare for your families, because we're going to have another quarantine come August, September, October. So who knows? All we can do, like I said, is be prepared. Just be prepared, because we know how people are when they get very afraid. We can't go out and get anything. And it's just so crazy. Like, I have to go out and buy toilet paper, because if I don't, then I won't have any, because,
everybody else is buying it all.
Everybody bought it all. So just get the things that you'll need, just in case we're stuck in the house again.
I'm going to Google how to make toilet paper, okay?
And what the people need to do is protest against the vaccine. Because I'm reminded, when they pushed for all healthcare workers to get the flu vaccine, there was a woman it was an African-American woman that protested with herself about getting the flu shot. She was like, no, you guys aren't making me do this. She went all the way up to the head, I don't know, director, executive. It was like 3 people in the office. And this is her testimony. 3 people in the office, and they were already waiting. They weren't even they didn't even look happy. They looked bewildered because they were expecting overabundance of people coming through their office fighting against it, but no one fought. They didn't get anybody but her all day. Mm-hmm. And it just goes to show, like, we just feel like we have to because of that oppression that we've had since the beginning. And so it's that stuff we got to unlearn. Even through going through the going private process, it can get like that. You know, you have to unlearn and know, like, this is okay. You can do this because what they did to you was wrong in the first place. The fact that you were never a citizen in the first place, you know? So it's like if you get more people giving pushback, mm-hmm. you can't, you know, I don't know. So that's what people need to protest about. I mean, unless you want a chip. And then, you know, there's a lot of people that are down for the vaccine, though. Yeah. That's another thing. But, like, who wants you want a chip, like a walking tracker in your body?
I got a remedy for that.
What's your remedy?
We have a template on our website. Okay?
Yeah.
The vaccine religious exemption template. I'm not getting that vaccine. That's the mark of the beast. It's against my religion, okay? That's what you'll say.
Yeah. So
hey, what's up, y'all?
All of that. Hi, Aki.
What's going on?
Oh, let me turn you
All right,
up.
I got a simple answer for this whole black people are to get the vaccines.
Okay.
So what I will do is pull out my 1828 dictionary of the definition of black and point to the fact that they're supposed to get the vaccine.
Yeah.
Oh, hey. I was like, look, that's just black. Oh, if you want to call it, yeah, look, I'm not black.
Yeah.
So you ain't
that's
talking
good.
to me. And have that definition on deck, right? Okay, look, y'all tell me. Okay, then you roll up your sleeves and take it. All right?
Yes, exactly.
But, you know, it's all propaganda. They're trying to sell a narrative. And I have a video of a nurse who was in that Elmhurst hospital. I didn't get a chance to send it to you guys. I'll try to get it to you later. But she talks how they were just putting people on ventilators with minor symptoms. So
they were killing people.
A lot of people died, but they were in the hospital's care. See, in New York City, going into a hospital in New York City for anyone of color is a death sentence almost.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. In the poorer neighborhoods, the hospitals were overcrowded. It take you hours to see a doctor. Like years ago, there was an incident where there was a clash between a Jewish kid had ran over 2 what we call black children now, right? But melanated children, killed them.
Mm-hmm.
So that sparked some riots in Brooklyn, New York. You know, I was there at the time. It was crazy, right? A lot of looting, a lot of breaking things. They didn't arrest the guy, and he ended up leaving and going back to Israel. So a group of young men, brothers, cornered another Jewish kid and stabbed him with a little pen, like a little pocket knife. So he ended up in the hospital, the Jewish kid. They're right there in Brooklyn. Kid died. So they tried to prosecute the guy for murder. But when they did the autopsy, they said the wounds didn't kill him. It was the hospital did not treat him properly.
Wow.
He died from the wounds were not that he had sustained was not life-threatening. It was him sitting in the hospital for hours being untreated is what killed him. So the kid ended up getting off, and then I think he moved south after that.
Wow.
So New York City inner city hospitals are horrible to begin with. And you do not want to go into those hospitals, especially their emergency room. Okay? And they have a non-care for the brothers and sisters. I have relatives that, died in the hospital care. I just had an uncle die earlier this year. And he went for something that was not life-threatening. And he ended up choking on his own blood. And got partially, they said he was brain damaged, but everybody that died from this COVID-19 was under medical care. So the common denominator was the treatment. It was the ventilators. You get on a ventilator, that's an 80 to 90% death rate. If you just look it up, you got to Google it. Don't take my word. Anybody gets on a ventilator, there is a 80% chance that they will die.
Well, if you don't need to be on it in the first place.
Right, but most of the people they were putting on it was not needing
That's
to
what
be
I'm saying. They
on it.
didn't probably need to be on it, so you're going to. Yeah. Right. It's going to have adverse effects.
Right. So, yeah, the trouble they have to go to put you on a vent is horrible. They got to paralyze you to get that thing in you. So.
Yes.
Yeah. But and then the settings was blowing out people's lungs. But they're never going to say that. They're going to just say COVID-19.
And that's the part. When you're diagnosed with the right diagnosis and you went through the protocol, that's what saves you. That's what's going to save them in court. It's like, oh, no, they were a COVID-19 patient, and I went through the protocol because this is how it says I have to treat the patient. Instead of treating patients case-by-case basis, not everybody is at the same exact extreme. If you treat them all the same with that same treatment, since a lot of people are learning and don't know anything about COVID-19, that's the thing. Like, they're in the healthcare field. They're just learning, so therefore they're going to do the protocol. And that protocol is wrong for that individual or that process. So then they die. But it's okay. They're covered by malpractice insurance, and also when they say, I just adhere to what you guys told us to do. So. Right.
So all you got to do is prepare, get your stock of food up, be able to grow your own food. Like you said, distill your water. I drink nothing but distilled water. That's it.
Yeah. Filtered. We drink filtered water. And our filtered water will be distilled. Yeah. And I've learned a long time ago, I always drink distilled water because that hydrates your cells better than any other water is what I've learned. So it's actually healthy.
And then after a while, we can sell our distilled water to other people.
Tases and the whole making alone. I'm not mad.
No,
it was an abundance.
Miles Monroe. That motivated me. Yes. Okay, it got me going. So
it's true. I mean, I get it.
Be fruitful, replenish, and subdue.
Yeah.
Yeah. So. But yeah, so.
Yeah, but when you're drinking distilled water, you got to replace the minerals because distilled water strips everything.
Right.
It cleans you out. So you got to replace your minerals. I use Shilajit to replace those minerals. Plus, I take a regimen of vitamins.
Right.
And since I've been consistent with taking those regimen of vitamins, man, my thinking, my alertness is at its peak. So I actually realized what I was missing. I take B12, B complex 50, vitamin zinc, vitamin A, and there's a couple others. Plus, I take the vitality capsules too. And that makes a world of difference. If you take it for a straight week, you'll start to feel the difference after a week. After your body builds up in your system.
Yeah.
So, yes, we definitely need to take care of our bodies at this time because the more we do that, the less likely we'll have to go to the hospital, less likely we have complications. Like Dr. Daniel said, water and pooping will do a lot.
Yep, just those two things alone.
Yeah, then we wouldn't have to go into the hospital and be misdiagnosed with COVID. And so it's all a domino effect.
Yeah, because we already we were stuck in the house for so long already. So imagine the vitamin D that you don't have, already deficient. If you get tested, you're more likely you're going to be vitamin D deficient, and you could be deficient in other areas too. So why not? And then why not stock up on what you need, but also eat the foods that are going to aid your body's going to, get your minerals and your vitamins from your food.
Right.
So it's like I said, like cabbage it has vitamin A, iron, riboflavin, vitamin B6, folate, vitamin C as well. So it boosts, immunity booster. So let's just, I guess we got to be particular. I mean, there's so many ways to eat cabbage. Like, who doesn't want fried cabbage? So, but we also have to figure out ways of preserving, since they're saying whatever they're saying. You just want to be prepared. Hopefully it's not as bad as what they say it's going to be. Or, food shortage. Nobody feels like dealing with the food shortage. And if you don't have to go out during a food shortage, then that's good, If you don't have to go out, like we invested in some meat, organic. Got to drive a ways to get, but, freezer and stuff like that. But once that's gone, what canned foods do you have? Homemade canned foods, store-bought canned foods. In case you don't have a microwave, So that's what I was thinking. Like, we're all cool with quarantining now, or we're not quarantined anymore, but you know what I mean? Being stuck at home now, you're still cooking what you like. After a while, it's going to be about what you need and what you can survive on. It's like, what can you make today? What can we eat today? It's not even going to be super flavorful. It's not going to be a gourmet meal. It can make you some beans. It can make you, I don't know. You may not even have any meat. You better eat your Slim Jim. I don't know. But you got to think that way, though. But after a while, it's not, I'm going to fry up a steak and have whatever, filet mignon and nothing like that. You're going to be like, go to that pantry and see what you can make of it. So, but yeah. That's about all I have. I guess we can stop there. Tasia, did you want to talk about the stimulus stuff? Or?
Well, yeah, it was just something interesting. I'm not going to go over everything because I did mention before some of the things that was going on. It was just one new thing that I wanted to share about the lending program. So the Federal Reserve met today, and they are going to hold interest rates at close to 0%. So near 0%, the interest rates are going to be. Now, it's a good and bad thing because your savings account won't yield that much. So we need to look into other creative ways to invest our money and not just saving. And then the good thing about it is now that means for loans, the interest on loans are going to be less. So right now would be a good time to look into purchasing property and any type of loan, car loans, everything else would be at a good interest rate until they said they're going to send it out till 2022. So I'm predicting that it would be good for real estate to a certain extent, because if they're giving out stimulus checks, say they're giving out, if this bill passed and they're giving out another stimulus check, which more than likely they will, it's looking like they will, some type of stimulus check they're going to give out again. Mm-hmm. The one that they propose right now, giving everyone in the household $1,200 with a maximum of $6,000 per household. So that right there, that would be a down payment for a house. Mm-hmm. You wouldn't be that far, or it would be a down payment. Mm-hmm. So look into different ways of investing. Business loans, that would be good right now to get that started. So there's opportunity in it, regardless of what their true intent of doing this is with the economy. Mm-hmm. So take advantage of what you can right now. But that's just pretty much my take on it. That's what I got. Just thought that was interesting with the interest rate.
Yeah. I guess a lot of people will be refinancing and things like that as well.
Definitely refinancing mortgages and cars, and
they can bring those down to zero. That would be amazing.
Yeah. So that's what they said today.
Okay.
So we'll see how that turns out.
Well, thanks for that update.
Mm-hmm.
And I don't see any hands, so no hands are up. I don't think people have comments, questions, or something like that. So, Team, you have anything?
Just upcoming Tuesday show is going to be about GSA bonds and the danger of using them. I just got an email from somebody who used them, and the outcome they were trying to achieve, it didn't actually happen that way. So I'm going to read that whole string of emails that I got. I had warned people to stop messing with certain things, and they did it anyway, They took their chances. But I'll talk about that on Tuesday,
Okay.
I think it's time to mention. I mentioned it last year sometime, and I'm mentioning it again. Some of these ideas that people have been teaching was just something that they cooked up in their mind to get into your pocket. Okay? They have never done them, but people, people like to believe. Instead of, they study for themselves, they'll see why some of these things don't work. I'll talk about that on Tuesday. But other than that, you guys did a great show. I'm talking about preparing for the future. We do need to prepare. Lately, I've been really silent on some things, just observing. And so some information to me is starting to boil. And it'll be coming out pretty soon. But, all right, that was it.
Okay, well, everybody
you guys have a good night.
All right, you too. Thanks for being on.
All right.
Tune in Tuesday, the True Tuesday, and we have our consultations open. So if you want to book a consultation, you can go to jtmuse.com. And we shall talk to you guys on next Thursday.
Tune in every Thursday at 7 for those that may be new. We're here every Thursday at 7.
All right, and everyone have a blessed weekend. Be fruitful, replenish, and subdue.
Peace.